afternoon. Eric Chilton here with Chad Silver and Sydney Moore. I almost said Lauren Coleman because I'm so
It's
used to
okay.
working with Lauren. I was 2
I'll
seconds
give you
away
some grace.
from that.
It's all good.
Yeah. But it's Friday. I know that much.
I know, and you did it. You did it again. You took yesterday's weather, bottled it up,
Beautiful,
and brought it into today.
So Tim's joke with me is that, so every time he takes time off, usually something bad happens with weather.
Right.
This time, it was just, he said, okay, now he's going to Penn State to see a football game. That's where he went to school.
Oh, West Virginia.
And, are they playing in West
Yep.
Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a Penn State game. And so I told him, I said, this is the only time I've ever filled in for you that it's perfect weather for a week.
Perfect and nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We'll talk about the forecast coming up.
All right, well, we begin with some developing news in Asheboro this afternoon. A bomb scare at Asheboro High School caused a chaotic day for lots of people in the district. Police say someone called 911 to report bombs inside the school and that they were armed and going to campus.
The school evacuated students and other schools were ordered to shelter in place while police investigated. No explosives or weapons were found, but a frightening day for students, parents, and staff. WFMY News 2's Hannah Jeffries is live outside the high school with more on the investigations and families being reunited.
That's right, Sydney. This is the first week of school and we're already bringing you a report of a bomb threat. Now, this caused hundreds of Asheboro City school kids to leave their classrooms. Thankfully, officers and deputies, all the law enforcement that responded, didn't find any devices or a suspect, but it did cause all of these students to miss an entire day in the classroom, and their parents anxiously awaited to make sure they were okay. Now, since then, thankfully, they have all been reunited. But all of this starting this morning, students had just started their day off at Asheboro High School when police officers got a call from someone saying that they put bombs inside the high school. That same person told police they were armed and would enter the school. So several agencies rushed here to help evacuate the high school. High schoolers were evacuated to nearby buildings while the school system says students at all other city schools sheltered in place. While the high schoolers were at the other location, bomb detection canines and law enforcement officers searched the grounds. Across the street, some parents anxiously waited to find out what was going on and see their kids safe and sound. Mary Arellano was one of them. She was worried about her son, who is a person with special needs.
I'm just terrified. I'm terrified at what he's in there thinking and feeling, and not knowing where's my mommy, where's my daddy. And he's just scared. He's never experienced anything like this. And they're saying, you know, we can't go to him, we can't get to him, we can't talk to him or nothing. And it's very trying because I'm standing here just shaking, and I know that he's standing inside shaking and crying along with the other students, and it's terrifying. It's literally terrifying. Until you get your child back in your arms, it is terrifying.
For over 3 hours, kids stayed in their safe locations until they were released around after 1:30 this afternoon. School dismissed at the usual time. And as far as we know, an arrest has not been made for the person who did call in this bomb threat. According to FBI.org, though, making a hoax threat against a school is a serious federal crime, and those who post or send threats can spend up to 5 years in federal prison, or they can face state or local charges. For now, live in Asheboro, I'm Hannah Jeffries, WFMY News 2.
Hannah, thank you. Here's another look at the commotion outside of Asheboro High School. A viewer sent us this video showing law enforcement blocking off the road and directing traffic near the school. You can also see the evacuating high school students at the football stadium. Again, investigators believe the threats were false. And here's some more. Asheboro City Schools is a smaller district. ACS has more than 4,000 students enrolled in its school compared to Guilford County, which has around 60,000. There are 8 schools and 1 child development center in the district. Of those 8 schools, there is 1 high school, 2 middle schools, and 5 elementary schools.
We have heard of way too many challenging and traumatic instances in the first few short days since school started. UNC Chapel Hill students are wrapping up a very difficult week following the shooting there on Monday. Police say a graduate student shot and killed an associate professor. UNC canceled classes Tuesday and Wednesday so students and staff could process what happened. That same day, investigators say a student tried to bring 2 stolen guns into Western Guilford High School. The body scanners there detected the gun before the student got inside. A 17-year-old is now facing multiple charges.
We just learned more Alamance Burlington schools have toxic mold. Right now, district leaders are meeting to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, just minutes ago, the district revealed 5 other schools have a toxic type of mold, bringing that number now up to 7. Also new this afternoon, leaders say Newland Elementary has been cleaned and it is safe for students to return. The district has identified 17 total schools with mold issues. It spent millions trying to get them ready for the start of the new school year next Tuesday. We'll let you know what comes of this meeting this afternoon.
We're also learning at 4, 2 people died in a crash in Rockingham County. State Highway Patrol says 3 other people went to the hospital with serious injuries. Troopers say 3 motorcycle drivers were involved in the crash on 220 in Madison. They say they are looking for this tractor trailer connected to the collisions. Now, investigators say a tarp went flying off a truck and that caused the crash. If you know anything, call State Highway Patrol.
There is still a lot of cleanup underway today following Idalia's path of destruction this week. There is so much damage in parts of Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. In Florida, for example, people have been stranded after that historic flooding.
And people in North Carolina are also dealing with flooding. Flooded streets and power outages made it hard for people to return to their normal routines this morning. Some schools and businesses were forced to close today in order to clear the remnants of Tropical Storm Idalia. Tropical Storm Idalia caused at least 4 tornadoes in the Carolinas, according to the National Weather Service.
Yeah, we heard from a pregnant woman in North Charleston who says she's been through a storm or 2 before, but nothing like this.
My first thought was, oh my God, I'm still alive.
Malaysia Smoke is still processing what happened to her on her way back from work yesterday. Let out early to avoid the worst of Idalia, she never saw the tornado coming. The twister swept up the expectant mother and her Honda Accord several feet in the air. She had to crawl out of her back window to escape. But looking at the 21-year-old today, you might not believe it. Her doctors barely could.
I made it out of that with no bruising, no scratching, no broken bones. It was crazy.
Her baby, 5 months along, is doing well too.
It was instant relief.
The National Weather Service reports that the tornado only traveled 158 feet here at US 52 by some car dealerships, only affecting Smoke's car.
I didn't feel like the luckiest person before, but now I definitely feel lucky. I wouldn't even say lucky, like I'm just grateful. It was a miracle. Someone was looking over me.
Smoke is now taking it easy and counting her blessings. She's alive to tell the tale.
Gosh, I'm so happy she's doing well. Oh my goodness.
I looked at the video and I thought, oh no, somebody's really hurt. I mean, that's a miracle she wasn't hurt.
Isn't it also wild that they said it was only on the ground for like 158 feet and the only thing impacted was her car? I mean, usually when we hear tornadoes on the ground, it's for a long period of time.
You know, and they tend to, I don't want to say bounce, it's not literally bounce, but they tend to kind of yes, almost like they'll get organized and then they'll rip something up and then they kind of get a little disorganized and then back again. That's why you'll see one house destroyed, the next one not, because they tend to like bounce along like that. Wow. So she's very lucky.
Wow, well, we got some pretty good weather now. We're looking at Charleston right behind us, blue skies, and here in Greensboro too, the weather's pretty nice.
It's perfect. I mean, it's a week of sunny to partly cloudy, like pretty amazing there. Let's talk about our forecast and we'll get to it. Yeah, we've got good stuff. In the short term especially, when you see our 7-day, when we get to that, you'll notice temperatures gradually warm back to the low 90s each and every day for really almost the whole 7-day forecast. So we do have a warming trend, but not in the short term. Temperatures right now at 80 degrees, 77 in Asheville, 82 Wilmington. Notice all the sky conditions, the little sunshine there with just a couple of clouds. That's pretty much what we'll see for almost a week solid. It's sunny to partly cloudy every day. Clear skies tonight. Your start to your Saturday is kind of fall-like with 58 degrees, very similar to what we had this morning, and look for high temperatures again in the low 80s for tomorrow. Now we do start that warming trend back up as we get to the low 90s for next week. All clear across the radar now. There is some rain down in the Florida area, but overall it's a big ridge of high pressure that just kind of sinks to the south right over us and holds everything back Just beautiful conditions thanks to that big ridge. And it stays with us for another day or two. The main points for this weekend: beautiful day Saturday, very comfortable, low 80s, mid 80s on Sunday. That's nice, just a smidge warmer for your Sunday. You look at the 7-day, even Labor Day is 89. That's only 4 degrees above normal. We top out in the low 90s, 90 to 91 for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Again, no mention of rain until Friday of next week, and even that is only a 20% chance of a late day shower, and highs will drop to the upper 80s.
All right, let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup now. First up today, family and friends will gather tonight to honor the life of an elderly woman who died during a robbery last week in Guilford County. They're hosting a vigil for Gwendolyn Flood in High Point. The retired GCS bus driver died last week when police say Malik Marshall Hardy ran over her with her own car. He is in jail tonight on a murder charge, among other things.
Interest on federal student loans resumes today for the first time in more than 3 years. Under President Biden's new SAVE plan, interest will not accumulate as long as borrowers make their monthly payments. This payment plan is based on income and family size. Those of you who owe still have some time to prepare. Actual repayments resume October 1st.
School staff and community members gathered today to celebrate the Guilford County School Superintendent. Today is the 1-year anniversary for Dr. Whitney Oakley. The superintendent says it's not only a celebration for her service, but also for the progress the district has made so far. She says with the new partnerships the district has, GCS can expect a bright future ahead.
Over the next 5 years, we will see continued academic growth. We'll see students more ready for workforce and college and the career of their choice. And we'll see a continued focus on school safety, strengthening health and wellness in our schools.
Dr. Oakley is actually GCS's first ever superintendent actually from Guilford County. She says she's looking forward to year 2. We'll be right back.
Mic check. Jalen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's do it.
Major new developments in college football. The ACC is preparing to expand.
That's right. WFMY News 2's Jalen Gilkey has the details on the new teams that could be joining and when it should go into effect.
Yeah, guys, huge news out of the Atlantic Coast Conference as today Commissioner Jim Phillips announced that there would be 3 new universities added to the conference, expanding the number of member universities from 15 to 18 by 2024. Now, let's take a look at how the conference has expanded since its inception in 1953. Those are the 6 original founding members: Wake, Duke, UNC, NC State, Virginia, and Clemson. Georgia Tech was next to jump on board in 1979, followed by Florida State in 91. Now, the conference remained at 8 teams for the next 13 years until Virginia Tech joined in 2004, along with Miami and Boston College, soon to follow in 2005, pushing the number of members to 11. Fast forward to 2013, Syracuse and Pitt joined as full members, with Notre Dame becoming a partial member as well. And then Louisville was added in 2014, pushing the total number of universities to 15, and that is until today. And now that number has officially been made a nice even 18, with the addition of 7 SMU, Stanford, and California, as the ACC will have 18 member universities by the start of the 2024-25 academic school year.
Big deal for the ACC.
It is.
Wow.
A lot of movement. It's been a lot of movement, a lot of change in all of the conferences. Now it's looking like we've really got the Big 10, the Big 12, the SEC. Those are the Power 4, once known as the Power 5 conferences, because Pac-12's only got Washington State and Oregon State. That's it.
That's it.
That's
Oh
it.
my God.
Everybody else
They're done.
skedaddled.
Yeah.
Who's going to pick them up?
That's a great question. I think maybe the Mountain West, maybe the Big 10 if they're just being greedy. There's not much television revenue value to add in Washington State and Oregon State.
That's right.
They come on late. They're not really big brands that would be viewed on our side of the country, the majority of the viewers. So they're going to have a hard time.
Even the travel for these schools is going to be a nightmare. I was looking at somebody had tweeted out today that Carolina will have to play in that first season with them, has to go to Cal, Stanford, and SMU. So you're going to do like a West Coast week and a half, basically, to get your team out there, play both of them, and then come back. That's kind of a travel nightmare.
And actually, I jumped on a call with Commissioner Phillips, and I'll have more on that at 5. He explained it very well. It sounds a little bit more simple than we're thinking it's going to be. So if you make sure you come back at 5, and I'll have all that for you.
It'll be harder for the smaller sports, I
There we
think, like soccer and all that.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, we'll take a break. We're coming back. you check this forecast and you think like, yes, this is a September forecast, but we're talking full on September when you look at that low of 58 degrees. Now those lows, we will see them warm up over the next few days, and so do the high temperatures. But today was beautiful. Today very fall-like. We'll warm it up a little bit tomorrow to 82. We were pretty much in the right at 80 for a lot of the reporting stations today. And then when you look at this from a satellite and radar standpoint, it looks like we're missing information. It's not the case. It's just that clear. There's no cloud cover or rain to talk about across either Carolinas, really, from north or south. And to the south into Florida, we have a little bit of a disturbance there, but that stationary front remains stationary because the big ridge of high pressure continues to build down to the south. As long as it stays over us, we get a great forecast. And as that moves a little bit east over the next 3 or 4 days and definitely into next week, we'll go back and probably see some low 90s for highs across the area, but it takes us a little bit to get there. Let's take a look and see what's happening out into the tropics. By the way, that front moved off the coast and it pushes everything away from us. Franklin is actually at the top of your screen there, kind of being eroded away. Gert is still out there as well, and then a tropical disturbance, but nothing, Idalia is gone and basically torn apart. This weekend, here's what you get, and we'll include Monday in this too, but Saturday, Sunday, it is all sunshine. 82 Saturday, 86 Sunday. Your Monday, Labor Day forecast, 89 degrees with lots of sun.
Well, many are calling it the next big superfood to go along with your morning routine. One that has been filling many timelines is mushroom coffee. One viewer asked us if it is really better for you than regular coffee. Megan Bragg verifies if you should be switching it out for your normal morning cup of coffee.
In the last few years, mushrooms have really made a name for themselves. You may have seen more and more products containing the fungi. You could even see it in your coffee now. Viewer Kendall W. emailed us asking if the hype about mushroom coffee is real and what are the pros and cons of drinking mushroom coffee versus regular coffee. So let's get the facts. benefits. Our sources, family physician Dr. Carla Robinson, the Cleveland Clinic, and a study published in the National Library of Medicine. When looking at many mushroom coffee ingredients, they include these 3 types of mushrooms. According to a study published in the National Library of Medicine, these mushrooms have been used for medicinal purposes in several countries. Some benefits include strengthening immune systems, lowering blood pressure, and inflammation. But do they work in coffee form?
The jury is still out on this one.
The Cleveland Clinic states not enough research has been conducted to really understand if the benefits come through in coffee form.
What we don't know is once it's processed and then brewed, if you still retain those same properties.
Dr. Robinson, however, says it doesn't hurt to drink the coffee. However, mushrooms alone could have a better benefit.
For anyone who's really looking for a true health boost, I say it's probably safer at this point to just stick to, adding mushrooms into your salad or maybe adding them into your diet in another way or maybe supplement-wise.
Another thing to think about is the price. This bag of mushroom coffee is double the price of your standard regular bag of coffee.
The Cleveland Clinic also notes sometimes mushrooms can cause digestive issues, especially if you have kidney issues or trouble with grains. So they suggest talking to your doctor if you have those sensitivities. Either way, Dr. Robinson says mushrooms have many benefits, but more research needs to be done to really understand if the true benefits are in full effect when they are in coffee form. With your Verify Fact Check, I'm Megan Bragg.
Yeah, that sounds gross to me. I agree. No.
I love mushrooms
I do
so
too.
much. I put it on my burgers. I put it on a lot of different things, but coffee?
Yeah, no.
And see, I'm not a mushroom guy.
Oh, you aren't?
No, I'm a fun guy, but I'm not a mushroom guy.
Fried mushrooms are so good too.
Really?
Oh my god.
I mean, I could eat it in spaghetti or pasta or something like
when it's
that, but I
cooked
cannot
into it.
eat it but just like a plain mushroom.
Mushroom coffee, isn't that something?
That sounds strange to me.
And then it's double the price.
Yeah, see, that's when I said,
Right.
I'll just put them on my salad. I'm not paying double.
Right.
Yeah, at least it helps with stress, is what they say.
And I would think you cook out all the good stuff, like even coffee, when you dry it and put it in beans or whatever
Yeah.
they're doing with it, I think you lose all the nutrition anyway.
I don't have mushroom for this new coffee.
I
idea.
see what you did there. But
Two dad jokes in one segment. Very
you.
nice. He's here all week. We'll be right back.
Mic check. Hey Morgan, can you come over here really quick and hold this? And talk into it when you get a chance? Or I'll tell them. You talk. So you don't have to hold it that close.
Okay.
I'll pick you up, I promise.
Okay.
So, answer just have you been on the team all 4 years?
Yeah, I've been starting varsity all 4 years.
Cool. What's it been like to be part of this team?
It's been a great experience, connecting with the guys and stuff. I got to play with my brother my freshman year. It was a great experience to be able to do that.
I'm a lot quieter. Mic check. How about now? Okay, sorry. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's 2 different mics. Well, they know. I just was like this. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Welcome back to the 4 to 5. Our halftime is over with. Second half right here. Eric, Chad, and
All
Sydney,
right.
and we're ready to roll.
That's
on
that
Friday.
football talk.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right.
It's
I'm
in
getting
the
psyched
air.
up.
So I think, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? The weather was not that great for football. It was too hot.
That's
I
right.
think tonight will be perfect.
I mean, tonight is going to feel like high school football will feel like true football.
They'll
weather.
feel a little comfortable in the stands here.
Maybe a little crisp.
A little
out
cool,
there.
yes.
Okay, well, we begin this half hour with the bomb scare at Asheboro High School. Around 9:20 this morning, Asheboro police say someone called 911 to report they placed bombs inside the high school and that they were armed with a weapon and preparing to enter the school.
The police evacuated students and staff to the football stadium before moving them to an off-campus location. Officers blocked roads and urged parents to stay away from the building while the bomb squad investigated.
Investigators believe it was a false report since they didn't find any evidence of a threat. Parents were understandably concerned.
Anytime something like this happens, it's very unnerving and scary. And I know not only my son, but other children are very terrified in the classrooms and stuff and where they're at. As parents are not knowing exactly where our children are sitting. And yes, the police and all, everybody, they're wonderful here and all, and I understand that. But as a parent, it's really unnerving.
The district had all other schools shelter in place until they got the all clear. At this point, police have not made any arrests.
Wonderful forecast for us tonight for football games. And, you know, Chad and Sydney were right. Look at these temperatures. 78 in Asheboro, 81 in Burlington, 80 in Greensboro. High Point, you're at 82 right now, and a comfortable 77 in Wilkesboro. And those temperatures will drop pretty quickly as long as we have fairly clear skies. We do see a couple of clouds here and there, but we're thinking we'll drop down to the upper 50s for tomorrow morning. So as you head out on Saturday, if you have any outside plans or you have to go somewhere in the morning hours, you might actually need a sweatshirt or a jacket there with a 58-degree expected temperature. We are clear across the Triad. Let's go out to the wider shot here. A little rain toward Florida and the southern parts of Mississippi and Alabama and a little bit into Georgia, but most of that stays down there because we have this big bubble of high pressure that's over us, and that pushes to the south, which will hold all that down there. Now, as that high moves a little bit in the coming days, it'll shift east. That will open the door for the heat to return for us, but our normal high is 85 degrees. We'll go to around 90 to 91 for several days next week. All right, here's what it looks like tonight. That is clear and cool. 58 for that overnight low. Winds are fairly light out of the northeast. That'll be the same story tomorrow as well, and the high temperature tomorrow at 82. Extended forecast going all the way through the next 7 days. Our holiday weekend is perfect. 82, 86, 89 for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and lots of sun. Next week, back to the low 90s for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The only mention of rain, 20% on Friday afternoon.
As we head into the Labor Day weekend, you might have some big plans for a beach trip.
The National Weather Service is warning beachgoers about rip currents all weekend long, of course, due to the remnants of Idalia. Our Verify team looked into the most effective way to spot a rip current.
Rip currents are powerful, narrow channels of fast-moving water. They can form in a gap between sandbars, piers, or parts of a reef. Normally, underwater obstacles make waves crash onto the shore, instead of washing back into the sea. But when there's a clearing, water can get sucked back out, like water in a drain, creating a rip current. And in just the blink of an eye, it can pull you far away from the shore. A Facebook post shared more than 9,000 times claims it's possible to spot a rip current when you're on the beach. So let's verify. All of our sources agree. It is possible to spot a rip current when you're at the beach, but your vantage point matters. Greg Dusick, a senior scientist with the National Ocean Service, says the best way to spot a rip current is to be at an elevated position, away from the water's edge, like a beach access. So, what should you look for? Rip currents often appear as a narrow gap of darker, seemingly calmer water between areas of breaking waves and white water. The National Weather Service says wearing polarized sunglasses can help you spot a rip current because they allow you to see more contrast in the colors in the water. Don't have sunnies? Look for a line of foam, seaweed, or debris moving away from shore. That's a sign there could be a rip current. So we can verify, yes, it is possible to spot a rip current, but it's easier to do so from a higher vantage point. If you do get caught up in a current, don't swim against the current. Instead, swim parallel to the shoreline. Once you're free from the pull of the current, start swimming on an angle back towards shore. With your Verify, I'm Ariante Till.
Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. Trader Joe's issued another recall today. This is now their 6th product recall since July. The latest covers Texas tamale black bean tamales. They may be mislabeled and contain an undeclared milk allergen. Trader Joe's says no illnesses have been reported. All potentially affected products have been pulled from the shelves.
There's another recall this afternoon for more than 85,000 Boone Flair and Flair Elite high chairs. The company says the bolts used to secure the seats to the base can loosen, allowing the seat to detach and fall. The company has received 34 reports of this happening, causing 24 falls, 11 of which involved injuries.
There's also a recall out for nearly 42,000 Ford trucks. The recall involves the Super Duty F-250 and F-350 pickups. Federal regulators say the trucks have a potentially defective left shaft that can break, causing the pickups to lose power on the road or roll away when parked. Ford says notices will be mailed out to owners.
President Biden says he's concerned over a potential auto workers strike. The United Auto Workers says 97% of union members voted to authorize a strike if contract negotiations fail with automakers. The union is asking for a 40% pay hike and pensions for new hires. The deadline for an agreement is September 14th.
It's Friday, so you know what that means. Friday Football Fever is back, and tonight we are featuring Moorhead versus Northeast Guilford as your game of the week. Over 10,000 people voted for this matchup. WFMY News 2's Amanda Ferguson is live at Northeast talking to players ahead of the game. Amanda?
Hey guys, we are getting ready for our Friday Football Fever game of the week. Northeast is about to host Moorhead tonight, and right now I've got Morgan Gardner, the offensive tackle here. He's a senior. Morgan, you guys come into this game 2-0. What's it like preparing for Moorhead this week?
It's been a fight. Trying to it's been tough at practice. You know, trying to get.
You can hold this there.
It's been tough at practice. You know, trying to get ready. You don't want to get a big head coming into a game like this. You know, it's news coming. You know, it's a lot of eyes on you. You know, you gotta stay humble at practice. Can't get cocky.
We were talking a little bit about how you guys were voting for this to be the game of the week. Why was this game so important to you guys for us to come here and be here for this big matchup?
You know, not a lot of people get that opportunity to have the news come to their football game and be on TV. You know, so it's an honor to have that option.
And we were also talking about how a couple years ago, when you were a freshman, it was a COVID year, and how challenging that was, and you guys have built this, you've been a part of this kind of build-up for this program. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. That year I got to play with my older brother. You know, he was a big inspiration for me to football. He taught me a lot of things. It was great. It was a great experience.
Now we'll see what you guys can do tonight. Moorhead comes in here in Northeast tonight at 7 p.m. We'll have all the highlights for you coming up on WFMY News 2 at 11.
Hey guys, giving you a mic check. Heading out there, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie. They forever go together. you're either team PSL or you're not. There does not seem to be much in the way of middle ground. And I gotta tell you, I don't have any hate for you. If you choose pumpkin spice, it's just not my cup of coffee. Then I'm done.
I am
said
team not PSL.
You're not PSL.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not.
You don't care?
Yeah, I like it. It's okay.
I support the PSL. I wouldn't say I'm all on board, but I support PSL.
Now, by the way, when I hear PSL, I'm so like a sports guy that to me that's a preferred seat license that you get at the Panthers games when you buy. So when I hear PSLs, that's what I think of.
No.
That's how little I care about.
Now, do you like pumpkin and other things?
I've said this before that I like pumpkin, but I don't like pumpkin spice.
Yeah, it's
and
different.
I don't know why.
Yeah, it's different. It's
I'm
got
the
more of the
opposite.
cloves and other junk in it and whatever else.
I don't like pumpkin pie.
you don't?
I'd rather have a pumpkin spice latte.
I like pumpkin spice if it's mixed with something else. Like I like cinnamon with pumpkin
that's
spice.
good.
I've had that before. It was a pumpkin spice cinnamon latte.
That's good.
Really
Gotcha.
good.
And now pumpkin seeds, don't even get me started on pumpkin seeds.
You love a pumpkin seed.
I love 1,000 pumpkin seeds.
1,000. So let's add some other flavors into the mix this fall instead of pumpkin. How about peanut butter jelly time? It's creamer. It's a traditional flavor for sure, right? We've all had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? The salty of the peanut butter, the sweet of the strawberry jelly in this particular case. The flavor hits store shelves in December, but Coffee Mate is giving away 100 bottles to folks who entered their sweepstakes so that they can try it ahead of time. It's your basic info that they're asking you for. You need to enter by September 22nd if you want a chance at a sneak peek on this flavor. So, thoughts on this new flavor, a little peanut butter jelly time?
I'm on board.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'll try it for sure. Now, whether it would be good with coffee, like the coffee flavor, because I mean, you're still going to taste the coffee, right?
Yeah, see, like I like toffee nut in my coffee, so that kind of is like the peanut butter thing, right? And then the sweet of the strawberry, I would think is just kind of like sweet. But I don't know.
I would try
mean, we would try
I think
it.
sounds
I've had
good.
like a Krispy Kreme donut type of flavored coffee,
Yeah.
and you would
Yes.
think, oh, coffee. I mean, donuts, it would taste just like it, but you only taste like a hint of it, so it's not too overly strong. Maybe it'll be something like this.
I wonder if at some point, like coffee creamer is just going to add caffeine to it, so they can just cut out the coffee. Cut out the
don't
coffee
just drink that.
creamer.
Yeah.
You don't even need the coffee. You just drink the creamer.
I'd like that better, actually.
All right, well, while we're on the subject of strawberry and new items, starting today, Krispy Kreme, speaking of which, is wrapping up summer with their strawberry glazed donuts. This is the third time that this pink confection has been offered. It's only available for Labor Day weekend. So if you want it, this is your weekend, friends.
Hello,
All right.
Barbie, let's go party.
One more sweet deal. You can get a small Blizzard for just 85 cents. And why 85? Because that is the year that it was invented by Dairy Queen, 1985.
Nice.
The 85-cent small Blizzard is available September 11th to September the 24th. So all the fall flavors. Now, this started the conversation here. I'm a cake girl, almost any kind of cake. And so I asked people, hey, what is your favorite kind of dessert ever? Because a friend of mine brought me this cupcake. And so here are some of the things that people said. Lauren Coleman, she said ice cream. That is her favorite dessert, if that's the only dessert you could ever have. Then there's key lime pie on the list, cheesecake. This one said my mom's chocolate pie and graham cracker crust topped with chocolate curls. That sounds good. And the last one is I would give up vegetables, meats, and fruits, but no way could I pick just one sweets. Sweets are my thing. And so on that, friends, sweet ending. We're going to take a break on that. Do you have a favorite dessert that you could only, if that's the only dessert you could have?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
I'm not a big sweets person, but I would say cookies. I like cookies.
And that gives you a good variety too, right? You got
does.
chocolate
That's
or
right.
pumpkin cookies or whatever, that kind of thing, right?
Yep, I agree.
All right, we'll see you.
It is that time of year when we get excited about state and county fairs. The food is always a hot topic, especially the strange stuff. Think of something that donuts, tacos, cheese curds, lemonade, and fudge all have in common. She sees it up there. She doesn't even want to say it.
The answer is pickles. Pickles, yeah, they seem to be in everything at the Minnesota State Fair. Take a look.
Just a slice of the pickle pizza.
Some call it a pickle palooza.
Pickle beer.
How was that?
Super good. It's like a kind of light beer, but it's really good.
At least 6 pickle foods made the State Fair's 2023 new foods list, while many other vendors hopped on board too.
What's the big deal? How can you say no to a pickle? It's the saltiness and crunchiness that just draws all of us in.
The pickle lemonade at Nordic Waffles seems to be a hit.
It's kind of a big deal, yes.
Pickles and fudge go together.
Even new vendor Wow Fudge turned savory into sweet.
There's a lot of thoughts going through your head right now.
They have 3 different pickle fudge flavors.
Oh, wow.
I'm looking for the wow, and you just gave it. Thank you.
Wow, it's all in the title.
Yeah, thank you.
That's good. You can taste the dill, but it's still sweet. It's not overpowering.
No, not at all. What it is a vanilla dill with a hint of spearmint.
Let's try spicy. This is a very unique flavor.
Oh, yeah. Which one did you like better?
The first one.
Spicy pickle has cayenne. Adventurous people go for the spicy.
Owner Ann Wateska sees pickles as less of a flavor and more of a personality.
Who's a pickle person?
Pickle people are upbeat and they're fun to be around. And if you find someone that says, oh, I love pickle everything, you want to put your arm around them and go where they're going because they're party people.
Yeah, it is pretty good. It's not bad. No.
The pickle party took off last year with Rick's Pickle Pizza. They sold 50,000 slices.
Do you take any credit for starting this pickle craze?
It's something that's kind of followed us every other event we do, so maybe we are a little bit responsible. We were nervous about being a one-hit wonder, and I think so far so good.
I think you're doing okay.
Yeah.
The new foods may get all the hype, but you can't forget about the originals. These are my personal faves, the deep fried pickles with cream cheese dipped in ranch, perfect crunch.
When I met my husband and he told me he had a fried pickle business, I knew it was going to be a great relationship.
The perfect pickle has been at the fair since 1998.
We have grown very steadily every year since then.
They've seen food trends come and go.
A few years back it was bacon everything.
But the pickle seems to have sticked around.
It's sheer perfection, served up to you hot and fresh in a tray.
Now others are taking note.
If there was a hot pickle lemonade, I'd try that.
And relishing in the moment.
We just feel very blessed that people want to come here and try something new, and I love how open-minded people are to try new things.
We get all the pickle foods every year. We can't help it.
So this is where I exit stage left.
Sydney hates pickles.
I just do, but let me say this, 27 vendors have pickle food items this year. Of course, agriculture is the heart of the state fair, so people submit their own canned pickles for competitions as well too.
I would go on just a feeding frenzy of trying all of the things.
Yes.
I can't imagine that I would like the pickle on the pizza, but I would try all of it.
I would try it all. The pizza actually sounds really good to me, but Sydney couldn't stand when I said,
Let me fix my face, I'm sorry.
Lemonade. I know, you were like, the look of disgust.
I'm just like, maybe the pickle pizza one, maybe.
I think if you
just
like
a little
deep
corner
fried,
of it.
But you like
But not
fried
pickled
pickles.
lemonade?
Fried pickles
They're
are
good.
That pickle lemonade, who started that?
I would try it.
I would try that too. And the guy said if it was spicy pickle lemonade, that I would love that.
My favorite part was when the reporter said, "What's the big deal?"
I also like that the lady said follow the people who like pickles because they're party people.
Party people, right.
Oh, maybe that's why I like pickles.
Yeah, me too.
And then the fudge one, y'all.
No, yeah, that's
That
cross.
pickle
I'd try
fudge?
it. I would try
I'll
it.
still try it though. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna chat on that. Try anything. All right, we'll let Sydney have a break. She sit down, rest a little bit. Let's talk about our forecast, see what's going on. You know, this is, to me, the next 7 days, this is some of the best stretch of weather that we've seen in a long time. And, you know, when you look at this, we were calling for a high of 80, and we hit 80 today. So we'll begin our streak for September. Hold me to it forecast for tomorrow is a beautiful one, mostly sunny skies, 82 degrees. Look at these readings out there. 81 in Burlington, 82 High Point, 79 in Asheboro, 80 Reedsville. We're all comfortable. Mount Airy really nice at 77 in the foothills. Your forecast tomorrow breaks down like this. We start out the day in the upper 50s. That's going to be a cool, crisp, lower humidity type start, and then lots of sunshine. So any of the college games are going to be right on track. It's going to be beautiful. 82 degrees, comfy for our high, which we'll hit in that afternoon hour. Looking at the clear skies across the Carolinas right now, it's courtesy of a big ridge of high pressure. That stays with us. Now, all of this mess we see to the south, southern parts of Georgia, and also Alabama, Mississippi, and the panhandle of Florida, that remains to the south because that ridge of high pressure builds in. In fact, we do see a couple of clouds, but watch how quickly as we go into Saturday afternoon, see it retreat to the south. That's that ridge of high pressure building in, and it really keeps us comfortable and clear for several days in a row. Very rarely this time of the year do we see a stretch of almost 7 days with no rain chance. Only one day out of our 7 has a rain chance. So let's look at tonight. Clear and cool with that 58-degree overnight low. Winds are fairly light and out of the northeast. Same story tomorrow. Mostly sunny and very comfortable as we see that 82-degree high temperature. You know, the entire holiday weekend is pretty nice. 82, 86, and 89 for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All sunshine. Partly cloudy next week. Still very nice. Low 90s, not too bad. 90 to 91 for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, we drop down to 89. The approach of a system gives us a little bit of a rain chance. Not much, but we'll take it. 20%, and that will mostly be pop-up late day variety.
Like this just confirms, like, I do not want a dog. Hi, 123-456 mold remediation, Nixon Norman, WFMY.
Asheboro City School students wrapped up the first week of school with an unexpected exit, followed by a disturbing call. Hundreds of students.
Hey. Hi, mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Slide back this way in case the band starts playing.
Okay, well, because we... Oh, okay, because we have 2 mics.
What's going on?
Do you want me to do it?
Hey, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check, check, check.
Hi, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico.
You can count on us to keep asking questions. 10-987-654-321.
Hey, it's time for My 2 Cents, and we're talking birthdays today. Not necessarily today, it was yesterday, but we're celebrating it on TV today. My 2 Cents today is about my twins. Believe it or not, they turned 21 yesterday. I know, you fell off your chair. Get back up in the chair. Said that I still have some more things to say. That's the way I feel. I cannot believe that they're 21. Look at some of these images. You know, when they were born when I lived in Tampa, Florida, but when we moved back here, they were only one. And sometimes when I look at those two fine young men, even now, all I see are these little boys, right? The images that are still in my head from when they were very small. The twins have been through a lot, but they've come through, and they are two of the finest young men that I've ever met. And I'm not just saying that because they're my own. I hear that from other people too. I could not be more proud of the people they've become, and I hope they see this because I want them to know how proud I am of them and how much they are loved by our entire family. My youngest two look up to them like they hung the moon, and to them they did. So I say a cheers to Bryce and Alex, who turned 21. Alex is still home. His school goes back later. Bryce is already back at college, so we celebrated with Alex last night. And by the way, 21, right? So we bought him a little toddy, a little margarita, to which he took 2 sips and said, I think I'm good. Good for you, Alex. I love you boys. Happy birthday, and many more to come. That's your 4 to 5, and that's just my 2 cents. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts now.
Classes interrupted, students evacuated, and families left in limbo. It's a scene that's become all too familiar, and parents are fed up.
Today, police responded to a bomb and weapons threat at Asheboro High School, prompting a district-wide lockdown.
The threat turned out to be fake, but the emotions felt from parents were very real.
Anytime